Everything you're doing to save gas is actually making things worse. From how you fill your tank to the way you drive, chances are you've picked up a few fuel-saving tips over time. But here's the problem. Almost all of them are total myths. These tricks cause more harm than good, damaging your engine and quietly draining your wallet without you even knowing. In this video, we're exposing the 15 most common gas-saving myths drivers still believe. Don't skip to save time and money. Watch till the end because number 1 will definitely shock you. Let's start with myth number 15. Smaller engines always use less fuel. Smaller engine, less gas. Simple logic, right? Not even close. While a smaller engine can be efficient under light loads, real-world driving is more complicated, especially with turbos involved. Modern automakers love replacing big engines with small turbocharged ones. On paper, they're efficient, but push them hard. Acceleration, towing, highway merging, and those tiny engines work. Over time, the turbo kicks in. Fuel consumption spikes. In demanding conditions, a larger naturally aspirated engine might actually burn less fuel overall because it doesn't have to strain as much. Fuel efficiency isn't about engine size. It's about engine balance and how you use it. That peppy little turbo 4-cylinder might sip gas during your commute, but tow a trailer or climb a mountain, and it'll guzzle fuel faster than a V8. Don't judge efficiency by displacement alone. Check real-world MPG ratings for your driving conditions. You might be surprised. Now, this next myth is making people pay 50 cents more per gallon for absolutely nothing. Myth number 14. Higher octane gives better fuel economy than regular. You're at the pump, staring at that shiny 91 octane button like it's liquid gold. Higher octane must mean better fuel economy, right? More power? Cleaner burn? Dead wrong. Higher octane doesn't give you more energy. It's not cleaner. It won't boost your MPG unless your car specifically requires it. The only difference? Higher octane rating, which prevents knocking in high compression engines. That's it. If your owner's manual says 87, you're literally donating 50 cents per gallon to oil companies for zero benefit. The FTC tested this. 87% of cars show zero difference in fuel economy using premium over regular. Zero. That better mileage you think you're getting. That's the placebo effect of wasting money. Here's the real kicker. Running premium in a regular engine long-term can actually hurt you. I've seen carbon buildup, fouled sensors, and rough idling from incomplete combustion because the fuel isn't burning at the temperature it was designed for. Save your cash. Run what your engine was built for. Your wallet will thank you. Speaking of doing things that feel right but are totally wrong, let's talk about a temperature myth that won't die. Myth number 13. Fill up in the morning for denser fuel. The 6 a.m. gas station run. You're out here thinking you're some fuel buying genius because gasoline expands when warm, right? So you'll get more for your money when it's cool. Nope, you're just losing sleep for nothing. Here's reality. Gas is stored in massive underground tanks that are insulated by literal earth. The temperature barely changes throughout the day. We're talking maybe a 1% volume difference for every 15-degree change, which translates to about a penny's worth of extra gas. Meanwhile, gas stations are playing 4D chess with dynamic pricing algorithms based on real-time demand, while you're over here setting an alarm to outsmart physics. You know what actually affects your fuel economy? Tire pressure, smooth acceleration, not riding the brakes like you're training for a Formula 1 pit stop. Focus on those. Leave the temperature conspiracies to the internet trolls. And while we're demolishing temperature myths, buckle up, because this next one involves your AC and some seriously flawed logic. Myth number 12. Turning off AC saves tons of gas. Just roll down the windows and save fuel. Sounds smart until you hit highway speeds and realize you just turned your car into a parachute. Here's the truth. At speeds above 55 mph, open windows create massive aerodynamic drag. You'll burn more fuel than just running the AC. The Society of Automotive Engineers and Consumer Reports both tested it. The difference in fuel economy either way? About 1 to 3%, barely noticeable. So you're sweating through a 95-degree day to save pennies? Not worth it. In stop-and-go city traffic with AC blasting, yeah, there's a small effect. But it's not the gas guzzler people think it is. Unless your compressor's failing or the system's broken. The real rule? Windows down in the city, windows up with AC on the highway. Don't sacrifice comfort for a 1% gain. Now let's shift from climate control to something your mechanic is probably tired of explaining. Myth number 11. Idling uses less fuel than restarting. Just leave it running. It takes more gas to restart than to idle. No, stop, this needs to die already. That was true when carbureted engines guzzled fuel on startup back in the 70s and 80s. But modern fuel injection changes everything. Idling for just 10 seconds burns more fuel than restarting. The Department of Energy tested it. Restarting uses about the same fuel as 10 seconds of idling, sometimes less. You idle for 15 minutes? You waste a quarter gallon of gas. Do that 5 days a week, you're burning over $280 a year. For nothing. And the wear and tear on the starter excuse. Total myth. Modern starters are rated for hundreds of thousands of cycles. Toyota starters are designed for 384,000 restarts. That's 21 starts a day for 50 years. Cut the engine if you're stopped for more than 30 seconds. Save fuel, save money, stop burning gas to heat the air. If this video's saving you from throwing money away, kindly hit that like button right now. We have 10 more, and you won't want to miss number 1 because you're 100% falling for it. Myth number 10. Warming up your engine saves fuel. 10-minute idle sessions in the driveway. You think you're protecting your engine, right? Being a responsible car owner. You're burning gas to heat the air, that's it. Modern fuel-injected engines are designed to be driven, not coddled like a newborn. Idling for more than 10 seconds wastes more fuel than restarting. Your fuel economy while idling. 0 mpg. You're literally going nowhere while burning money. Worse, prolonged idling causes carbon buildup, fouls spark plugs, and leads to inefficient combustion. I've seen engines destroyed by people who thought they were warming them up properly. The real warm-up? Start it. Wait 30 seconds for oil to circulate. Drive gently for a few miles. Done. Your engine warms faster, runs cleaner, and you'll save about $300 a year in wasted fuel. Stop it. This myth comes from a time when engines had chokes and carburetors that needed babying. Your modern car is smarter than that. This next myth will shock you. Myth number 9. Overinflate your tires for better MPG. Rock-hard tires, less rolling resistance, better fuel economy. Simple physics, right? Sure. Until you factor in the 40% faster tire wear, the 15-foot longer braking distance in rain, and the spine-shattering ride quality. Yeah, you might gain 0.5 mpg. Know what that cost you? Tires destroyed in 8,000 miles instead of 50,000. Accidents because you can't stop. A suspension that wasn't designed for balloon tires. You're trading pennies for hundreds, maybe thousands, in repairs. Plus, overinflated tires lose traction. That fuel savings won't mean much when you're sliding through an intersection. The fix? Simple. Use the pressure listed on your driver's door jamb. That number is the sweet spot for MPG, grip, and safety. Anything more is just stupid. You'll be shocked by this myth. Myth number 8. Manual transmissions always get better mileage. This used to be gospel truth. Manuals were the fuel-sipping kings. Automatics were clunky, inefficient, 3-speed dinosaurs. But it's 2025, folks, that era is dead. Today's automatics are faster, smarter, and often more efficient than humans. 8-speed, 10-speed CVTs. They keep your engine in the optimal RPM range better than even skilled drivers can. In fact, many modern cars get better mileage in automatic versions. Not always by much, but enough to flip the script completely. Add in the fact that most people don't even know how to drive a manual properly. Riding the clutch, revving too high, shifting late, and any advantage evaporates fast. You're probably burning more fuel, not less. Manuals are fun, they're engaging, great for enthusiasts, but for pure fuel economy. The data says automatics win. The myth is outdated, just like the stick shift itself. Now let's talk about another transmission trick that people swear by, but it's actually doing more harm than good. Myth number 7. Shifting to neutral at stop saves gas. Red light. Engine humming. You slide into neutral because someone told you it saves fuel. Smart move, right? Dead wrong. This myth is a fossil from the carburetor era when engines mechanically guzzled fuel, whether you needed it or not. Back then, maybe it helped, but we're not driving Fred Flintstone's car anymore. Modern fuel injection systems are smart. When you're stopped with your foot on the brake, even in gear, the computer cuts fuel delivery automatically. Shifting to neutral doesn't help. It does nothing. Worse, You're constantly wearing out your transmission's shift components and confusing your car's control systems over time, all for zero benefit. Your car's already smarter than that old myth. Let it idle in gear. It knows what it's doing. You clearly don't. Speaking of things your car knows better than you, let's talk about some seriously outdated advice. Myth number 6, dirty air filters. Tank your MPG. Clogged air filter. Engine can't breathe. Burns more fuel. Makes sense, right? Not anymore. In carbureted dinosaurs from the 80s, yeah, a dirty filter choked airflow and killed efficiency. But modern engines with mass airflow sensors and ECUs, they compensate in real time. Airflow decreases. The computer injects less fuel. Result? No MPG drop. What you will notice is sluggish acceleration. Less air, less power. But your fuel economy stays the same. Should you still replace dirty filters? Absolutely. But for performance, not because it's draining your gas tank. Bottom line, a nasty air filter might slow you down, but it won't hit you at the pump. Save your money for maintenance that actually matters. Now let's pump the brakes on another myth. This next one will definitely surprise you. Myth number 5. Fuel additives are magic MPG boosters. Walk into any auto parts store, and there's an entire aisle of miracle bottles promising better mileage. Slick labels, bold claims. Just pour this in and watch your fuel economy soar. It's snake oil, almost all of it. The EPA has tested over 100 fuel additives. The result? Almost none delivered meaningful improvements. Most did absolutely nothing. And the few that did work, the gains were so tiny they didn't even cover the cost of the bottle. Now, certain cleaners like Techron can help if your engine's already dirty or running poorly. But if your car's in good shape, they're useless. Here's what actually works. Clean fuel injectors through proper maintenance. Fresh spark plugs when your manual says so. And keeping your damn foot out of the throttle. Your fuel system doesn't need magic juice. It needs maintenance. Save your $20. The problem is these additives prey on people's desire for quick fixes. Pour in a bottle and magically get 20% better fuel economy. If it was that easy, car manufacturers would just put it in at the factory. Most modern gasoline already contains detergents required by law. Top-tier certified gas has even more. You're literally paying $15 to $30 for something that's already in your fuel. Want better MPG? Fix your driving habits, not your fuel. Some of these miracle bottles even claim to unlock hidden power or clean decades of build-up. If your engine has decades of build-up, you need a mechanic. Real problems require real solutions, not marketing gimmicks in fancy packaging. But at least those additives won't hurt your car, unlike this next myth, which could land you in a fat repair bill. Myth number 4. Keep your tank full to prevent evaporation. Ah yes, the full tank disciples. Always topping off after the pump clicks because fuel evaporates if there's air in the tank. Your gas isn't evaporating into thin air. This isn't 1975. Modern cars are sealed systems. Vapor recovery technology captures fumes before they escape. Your gas cap is part of that system. Lose it or leave it loose, you'll get a check engine light. That's how serious it is. Keeping your tank full doesn't stop evaporation. It won't save money. All it does is add weight to your car, which if anything, decreases fuel efficiency slightly. Worse, constantly topping off after the pump clicks can flood your evap system. That leads to check engine lights, failed emissions tests, and expensive repairs. I've replaced dozens of vapor canisters thanks to this exact mistake. Fill when you need to. Let the pump click once. Walk away. Your tank's not a leaky bucket. Stop overthinking it. The evap system in your car is specifically designed to capture fuel vapors and route them back into the engine to be burned. It's a closed loop. Nothing escapes. The only way fuel evaporates and is lost is if your gas cap is missing or broken. When you top off after the pump clicks, that extra fuel can get into the charcoal canister designed to capture vapors. Liquid fuel ruins the canister, and now you're looking at a $300 to $500 repair, all because you wanted to squeeze in an extra quarter gallon. Even your gas cap plays a role in this sealed system. If it's loose or missing, your car might flash a check engine light. That's how sophisticated modern vapor recovery technology has become compared to older vehicles where vapors could actually seep out and disappear into the air. Now from fuel tanks to truck beds, because this next myth has pickup owners doing something completely backwards. You'll be 100% shocked by this. Myth number 3. Lowering a truck's tailgate improves aerodynamics. Truck owners, we need to talk. dropping the tailgate to reduce drag and save gas. You're doing the opposite. According to GM engineers and actual aerodynamic testing, trucks are most efficient with the tailgate up. Here's why. When you drive with it closed, airflow over the cab creates a swirling bubble of slow-moving air in the bed. That air pocket deflects fast-moving air over the truck more smoothly, reducing drag. Drop the tailgate and that bubble disappears. Air flows into the bed, creating turbulence and more resistance. And those mesh nets marketed as tailgate replacements. They're even worse, acting like parachutes and increasing drag. So while it might feel like you're freeing the wind, you're actually working against your fuel economy. Science doesn't care about your feelings. Aerodynamicists call this the cavity effect. The trapped air in the bed with the tailgate up acts like a ramp, smoothing airflow. Drop the tailgate, and you've just created a massive scoop catching all that air. Multiple independent tests, from consumer reports to actual wind tunnel testing, all confirm the same thing. Tailgate up equals better MPG. If you don't believe me, believe the engineers who design these trucks for a living. Some truck owners swear they've seen improvements with the tailgate down, but what they're likely experiencing is the placebo effect or confusing correlation with causation. Maybe they drove more conservatively during that tank, or highway conditions were better. The science is clear and consistent, but if you think doing the opposite of what works is bad, this next myth takes it to a whole new level of stupid and dangerous. Myth number 2. Coasting in neutral or downhill saves fuel. You're cruising downhill, you shift to neutral, thinking you're letting gravity do the work and saving gas like a genius. You're not saving gas, you're risking control and your transmission. Here's what actually happens. Modern fuel-injected cars use zero fuel when coasting in gear. That's right, zero. The computer shuts off fuel supply when you let off the gas while in gear, but shift to neutral. Now the engine has to burn fuel just to stay idling, so you're actually using more gas, not less. Not to mention, you're giving up engine braking. That means more wear on your brakes, less control on descents, and a greater chance of overheating rotors. I've replaced plenty of cooked brake systems thanks to this myth. Stay in gear. Let the car's design work for you, not against you. Drive smart, stay in gear. This is called deceleration fuel cutoff, or DFCO. When you're coasting in gear with your foot off the gas, the ECU completely shuts off the fuel injectors. You're moving forward using momentum with zero fuel consumption. It's basically free distance. Shift to neutral, and the engine needs to maintain idle speed, around 700 to 900 RPM. That requires fuel. You just went from zero fuel consumption to burning gas for literally no benefit. Congratulations, you played yourself. Plus, staying in gear keeps you ready to accelerate if needed. Ever had to quickly avoid a hazard or merge unexpectedly? Good luck doing that smoothly when you're scrambling to shift back into drive while rolling downhill. And now for the number 1 myth. This one is going to shock you. Number 1. Drafting behind trucks saves serious fuel. Alright, NASCAR wannabes, listen up. Riding in a semi-slipstream to save gas isn't clever. It's a death wish with a side of stupidity. Yeah, Mythbusters proved it works. At 10 feet behind a truck at 55 mph, you can boost MPG by 39%. Sounds amazing until you realize your stopping distance at that speed is 216 feet. You're 10 feet back. Do the math. That truck brakes. You're not stopping. You're crashing. Hard. And for what? A few pennies of gas savings that your insurance deductible will obliterate in milliseconds. Visibility drops to 0. The trucker can't see you. You can't see hazards. You're gambling your life for maybe half a mile per gallon. Congrats, Einstein. You just made the dumbest financial decision possible. Keep a safe distance. Drive smooth. Save fuel with technique, not close calls. This is the single most dangerous fuel-saving hack out there. It's not worth your life, period. Professional race car drivers draft because they're on a closed track with safety equipment, roll cages, and medical teams on standby. You're on a public highway in your Corolla with a family of 4 in the back seat. Even if you save $2 on gas during your commute, one emergency brake scenario, and you're looking at thousands in vehicle repairs, medical bills, insurance rate hikes, and potentially losing your life. The risk-reward ratio here is absolutely insane. Don't do it. Trucks also kick up debris, rocks, tire chunks, metal fragments that can crack your windshield or worse. At 10 feet, you have 0 reaction time. That savings disappears real quick when you're paying $500 for a new windshield or dealing with a totaled car. From turning off AC to octane rating scams that drain your wallet, the real way to save fuel, regular maintenance, proper tire pressure, and smart driving habits. If this video helped you save some cash, hit that like button. Drop a comment with the worst fuel-saving tip you've ever heard. Did you know there are car hacks that could save you thousands in repairs? Well, click this video. It will shock you.